Good day friends, welcome to the lecture series on fixed income securities. In the topic of the fixed income securities, I will be talking about bond yield. In my previous lecture, I just referred about what the yield means. Yield means the return which the investor is expected to get if he invests at the current market price of the bond. This yield depends on various factors like par value. Means there are the certain determinants on the base of which we will calculate the yield. So par value means the issue price, the principal amount of the bond. The price at which the bond is being issued may be different than the par value of the bond. That is, if a company issues the bond of 100 rupee, it may be at the time of issue itself, it may be less than 100 rupees, it may be more than 100 rupees depending on the SEBI regulations, right? So, but this 100 rupee is called the principal value, the par value. This for all purposes, the interest purposes, the calculation purposes, this 100 rupee will be taken as sacrosanct, right? So, this will be treated as a principal amount which the company has borrowed from the bond holders. So, that is called the principal amount of the par value. The other is coupon rate. When the company issues the bond, at the time of issue of the bond, it determines the rate of interest which the company promises to pay. So, it is the interest rate that is applied on the par value of the bond and is payable as per the payment schedule. Means at the time of issue of the bond, there is a payment schedule, and as per this payment schedule, the interest is being paid, right? So, at a fixed rate of interest. So, that is called coupon rate. The other important thing which determines the yield is maturity. Maturity means number of years in which the bond will be redeemed, right? So, it refers to the period from the date of the issue after the expiry of which the redemption repayment is made to the bondholders. If a company issues a bond of 100 rupee for a maturity period of say 7 years, it means from the date of the issue after 7 years, the payment of the bond will be made, right? So, that is called the maturity period. Maturity period in our case is 7 years. Market price. Market price means that the current price of the bond. It is not necessary that the same bond may be available in the market at the principal amount. It may be available at higher than the principal amount, it may be available at lesser than the principal amount, right? So, it refers to the price at which the bond is currently trading in the market and become relevant if the investor purchases the bond from the market, right? So, if the investor is not purchasing from the market, if it is an investor which has subscribed the bond, which has taken the bond directly from the company at the time of the issue, then the market price is not relevant. But if a new investor invests in a bond of the bond that has already been issued in the past, then this market price is relevant, because the bondholders will be getting the money at the principal amount at a coupon rate. So, if the principal amount and the market price is different, then the yield will be different that of the coupon rate. Suppose a 100 rupee bond is currently available in the market at 100 rupees and the coupon rate is 7%, yield will be 7%. If the current market price is 105 rupees of that 100 rupee bond, then the yield will be less than 7%. If the bond is available at the say 95 rupees or 90 rupees, say 90 rupees, then the yield will be higher than 7%, right? So, the market price also determines the yield. So, after talking of the yield, meaning of the yield, now let me talk about the different types of yield which we normally calculate, which we normally find out. We call it current yield, yield to maturity, yield to call, holding period, return. So, let me talk of the current yield. Current yield simply means that if you purchase the bond at the current market price and the interest that is being given by the company is at coupon rate, right? So the coupon rate of interest, or that is the interest, divided by the current price of the bond. That will become the current yield of the company. The current yield of on the bond, not of the company, on the bond. That is called yield, current yield on the bond. Right? So current yield means annual interest divided by market price, current market price. If a 100 rupee bond, I was just talking of, is available at 95 rupees and a 7% rate of interest, so 7% divided by 95 into 100. Right? So yield will be more than 7% as compared to the coupon rate. If the market price is 105 rupees, so I'll say 7 rupees divided by 105 rupees into 100. So that will be less than 7%. If the market price is same 100 rupees, that of the principal amount, so the current yield will be 7%. Right? So in this way you can calculate current yield. So annual interest divided by current market price. I have taken an example where I have presumed that if the bond is the face value of the bond is 1000 rupees and the coupon rate of interest is 12%, find the current yield if the current price is 900, 1000, 1100. So since the coupon rate is 12%, so on this 1000 the interest will be 120 rupees. So 120 rupees divided by market price. If the market price is 900, so I'll say 120 divided by 900 into 100, that gives me 13.33. So what you are noticing here is when the current market price is less than the principal amount, the yield will be higher. Yield is higher than 12%. If it is same 1000 rupees, the yield is same as that of the coupon rate, that is 12%. If the market price is more, right, then the issue price, supposing the same bond of 1000 rupees is quoting in the market as 1100. So I'll say the interest is 120 divided by 1100 into 100, that means 10.9%, which is less than the coupon rate, right? So as the market price goes up, the yield keeps on falling, right, and vice versa. The other important term which I'll be talking in length, friends, is called yield to maturity. This is a very, very important term which we normally use in the bond market. What is yield to maturity? Yield to maturity means, simply speaking, if a bondholder keeps the bond up till the time of maturity, what is the return which the investor is expected to get? It is called yield to maturity. That is, if an investor keeps the bond up till the maturity period, what will be the return which the investor is expected to get? See, friends, there are two types of income which the investors get. One is in form of interest. That when a bond is being issued, company promises to pay in interest that remains fixed. I am presuming it remains fixed. So this interest is flow of interest, stream of interest income which the investor is expected to get during the lifespan of the bond. And then when the time of maturity will come, at that point of time, the investor will be getting the principal amount back. Principal amount or the amount which the company promises to pay at the time of redemption. So there are two things. One is interest income, which the investor will be getting year after year till the time of maturity. And the other is redemption value. That is the price at which the company promises to redeem the bond. Right? So it means if you discount these stream of incomes in form of interest plus the redemption value, and if you equate this by discounting it from a discount rate, that will equalizes to the current prices, that is called YTM, yield to maturity. I am again repeating what I said. That what is YTM? YTM means the yield to maturity. That if an investor keeps the bond up till the maturity period, what is the expected return which the investor expect? That is called yield to maturity. So this yield to maturity is a discount rate which will equate the two sides of the equation. The left hand side, right, is the current price of the bond, which we call it B0, and the right hand side of the equation is having two portions. One is in form of the interest income which the investor will get during the lifespan of the bond, plus the redemption value which the investor will be getting at the time of maturity. So this equation becomes, this is B0 is equal to summation of time from 1 to n. N means the lifespan of the bond, n number of years, the years for which the bondholders will be getting interest. So interest in the period T divided by 1 plus YTM. YTM is the discount rate. This we have to find out, friends, right? Plus redemption value, RV refers to the redemption value, 1 plus YTM raised to the power n. N means nth period in which the money will come back. If a company issues a bond of 10 years, so n will become 10, right? So number of years remaining for the maturity. Suppose you are calculating YTM after second year, at the beginning of the third year, so the n will become 7 years, because after 7 years you will be getting your money back. And during these 7 years, every year I am presuming the interest, the company pays is in form of annual interest. So if I am investing in a bond, I am always interested in knowing that what will be my yield if I keep this bond up till the maturity, right? So we have to find out, and especially in such a scenario where you are purchasing the bond at a price which is different than that of the issue price of the bond or the principal value of the bond. Say a 1000 rupees bond, I may be buying at 900 rupees, 950 rupees and 970, any price which is less than 100, or it may be more than 100 if it is a 100 rupee bond, right? So B0 is equal to, again I am repeating the equation or the formula, B0 is equal to summation of time is equal to 1 to n, interest divided by 1 plus YTM raised to the power n, plus redemption value divided by 1 plus YTM raised to the power n, right? So B0 is the current price of the bond, interest T is equal to interest in the period I or T, whatever you call it, YTM is yield to maturity, RV is the redemption value, N is the life of the bond in years, right? So this equation, friends, can be written also as, there are two things, friends. In the financial management, you might have studied, you might have read this capital budgeting. In the capital budgeting, we calculate IRR, internal rate of return. That is, if you are investing in a project, right? So you want to know, if I invest in a project, what will be the yield which this project will provide to me. And you are making a long-term investment, for a heavy investment, you are interested in knowing what return which the project will provide. Similarly, when a bondholder invests in a bond and he purchases the bond or she purchases the bond from the market, the investor is interested in knowing what is the return, what is the yield which he or she will get on this investment, right? So there are, and if you recollect in the financial management, there is a present value table. There are two types of present value table. One is of the annuity, that is present value annuity factor, and the other is the present value factor. See, if we want to calculate the present value of a stream of income which we will be getting year after year, we use present value annuity factor. If you want to calculate the present value of a particular sum of money which you are expected to get after a period of time, right, in lump sum, in one sum of money, that is, you use present value factor. So B0, that is YTM, when we calculate YTM, is equal to interest, that is whatever the interest you are getting, PAV multiplied by YTM for n years, plus redemption value into present value factor YTM n. So what you are noticing is, for interest income you are using present value annuity factor, and for redemption value, when you are discounting with the redemption value, you are using present value factor, right? So this YTM we have to find out. YTM is yield. Up till now we have not calculated what will be the yield on the bond. I have just talked about the formula which we can use for calculating YTM. These days in the computerized world, in the Excel sheet, you can find out, you put the formula and you can find out what will be the YTM, right? But you must put the formula in it, then only you will be able to come this YTM. So I'm taking annual interest only. So how do you calculate YTM? This is the point of discussion now. YTM can be calculated by using one of the two approaches. One is called approximate approach. In the approximate approach, you do not know, you are not able to calculate the exact YTM, exact yield to maturity rate. You will be able to find out rough idea, a broad idea about what will be your YTM, right? And the other is trial and error approach, right? So through trial and error approach, you will able to know, you will able to find out what exactly will be the yield to maturity. So I'll be talking of both these methods, that is approximate approach and the trial and error approach for the calculating of YTM, right? So first let me find out the approximate approach. As I just said, in the approximate approach, you will able to find out a broad idea or a rough idea which is quite close near to the exact YTM. You will get an idea about what will be the YTM on this bond. So YTM is equal to, by using a formula you can find out, interest, I refers to the interest, plus in the bracket redemption value minus B0. B0 is nothing but the current price of the bond, right? B0 refers to the current price of the. So the difference between the current price and the redemption value divided by N. N means number of years remaining due for the maturity of the bond. Divide by the average of the redemption value and the current price, that is RV plus B0 divided by 2. See, I just said YTM, this is the formula for calculating approximate YTM. YTM is yield to maturity. I refers to the interest. Interest means the annual interest which the company will be paying on the principal amount of the bond. All right. So that is a fixed amount which the company, normally I am presuming it is a fixed rate of interest bond, right? So interest plus redemption value minus B0 means the difference between the redemption price and the current price, divided by N. N means number of years, right? So whatever the difference, suppose the redemption value is 1000 rupees and the current bond price is 950 rupees, right? So redemption value 1000 minus 950, 50 rupees, and the remaining life of the bond is 5 years. So I'll say divide by 5, that is 5. 50 divided by 5, that comes to be 10. So interest plus 10 divided by the average price of the redemption value and the current price. In our example, I have just talked about that redemption value is 1000 rupees, the current price is 950, right? So 1000 plus 950 divided by 2, that comes to be 975. So in this way, you can find out approximate YTM, right? So approximate YTM is equal to annual interest income I, RV refers to the redemption value, N refers to the life of the bond in years, B0 refers to the current price of the bond. This formula also provides a rough idea about the actual YTM. So other is called, I'll be giving you some practical examples also. The other approach of calculating YTM is called trial and error approach. Under this approach, we calculate YTM of the bond such that the right hand side of the equation, I have talked about the equation, right? The right hand side of the equation is equivalent to the left hand side of the equation, right? So YTM is that discount rate at which the present value of cash inflows from the bond will be equal to the current price of the bond. Friends, there are two sides which I have written here. One is the current price of the bond. What is YTM? Again, YTM is that discount rate which will make the present value of the bond equivalent to the stream of income, flows of income which the investor will be getting by investing in the bond. There are two incomes. One is the interest income, other is the redemption value, right? So at what rate we should reduce, not reduce, we should discount this stream income and the redemption value so that this will become equivalent to the current price of the bond. That is nothing but YTM, yield to maturity, right? So there are two sides of this equation. One is, on the one hand side is the current price, which is called left hand side, right? So LHS, left hand side, and the other is the right hand side. In the right hand side there are two things. One is redemption value, the other is stream of income for n number of years, right? So we have to discount this right hand side of the equation, that is with the rate of discount, and that rate of discount which equate this right hand side with the current price of the bond, that will be nothing but, that discount rate will be nothing but YTM, yield to maturity. So there are certain things which you always keep in mind while talking of the YTM. Assuming redeemable bond is equal to the par value of the bond, right? So if market price is equal to the par value of the bond, then YTM will be equal to coupon rate. Friends, if the 1000 rupees bond is available at 1000 rupees in the market, so then YTM will always be equal to coupon rate. If market price is more than the par value, suppose 1000 rupees bond, the current market price is 1050 rupees, right? So an investor is investing in the bond at 1000, buying the bond at 1050. Company will pay fixed rate. So in that case, the YTM will be less than the coupon rate, right? So if market price is more than the par value of the bond, that is available on premium, then the YTM is less than the coupon rate. And on the other hand, if market price is less than the par value, if same 1000 rupees bond is available at 950 rupees, then the YTM will be greater than the coupon rate, right? So this you must remember, that there is a close connection between the current price of the bond and the YTM, right? So whether the YTM will be more than the coupon rate or less than the coupon rate depends on whether the current market price is more than the nominal price or the par value of the bond or less than the price of the bond, right? So friends, we can explain this with the help of taking an example, right? So any example you can take, say for example, let me take this example, or I'll not go to exact value, I'll briefly talking about a general example. Suppose it says that a face value of 1000 rupees bond is currently available in the market at 950 rupees. The bondholders gives a fixed rate of interest at say 4% annually, and the return in 3 years is redeemable at par. So what will be the YTM? For calculating YTM, first of all you use the approximate formula, right? So we will calculate the YTM on the basis of approximate formula, right? So the approximate formula is interest plus redemption value minus B0 divided by N. N in our example is 3 years, supposing. B0 is 950 rupees. Redemption value is 1000 rupees because it is a 1000 rupees interest, right? So if it is a 1000 rupees bond and the rate of interest is, a fixed rate of interest 4%, so year after year the bondholders will be getting 40 rupees as interest. So 40 rupees plus the redemption value minus the B0 divided by N. So redemption value is 1000 minus B0 950, right? So 50 divided by N is 3 years, 50 divided by 3. So interest plus 50 divided by 3 divided by 1000 plus 950 divided by 2, that is 975. So if we apply this formula, we will be getting approximate YTM. And this calculation, if you calculate this 40 plus 1000 minus 950 divided by 3 divided by the 1000 plus 950 divided by 2, it comes to be 5.81%. So friends, This is the approximate YTM which the investor is expected to get. If the investor invests in a bond which is having a coupon rate of interest of 4%, this approximate, and the bond is available at 950 rupees currently available in the market, and the maturity period remaining is 3 years. So this YTM is 5.81%. So this gives a 2 discount rate at 5% and 6 means the YTM will be somewhere, exact YTM will be somewhere between the 5% and 6%, right? So if you discount it at 5%, what value you get? So B0 is equal to interest into present value annuity factor. So this B0 is 950, interest is 40 rupees into present value annuity factor at 5% for 3 years. So by referring to the table, present value table, annuity table, you will find out what is the present value annuity factor, and then the redemption value 1000 multiplied by the present value factor at 5% for 3 years. Friends, again I am telling you, you find out the difference of the two. That is, for interest, we are using present value annuity factor. For redemption value, we are using present value factor. Why it is so? Because for redemption, it is one income, one value which you will be getting. You will not be getting a regular flow of income. So for a particular sum of money, you will be getting after a particular number of years. In our example, you will be getting after 3 years, right? So for that, the 1000 rupees which the investor is expected to get after 3 years, what is the, if you discount this with 5% rate of interest, that is, supposing the YTM is 5%, I am presuming the YTM is 5 years, 5%, then what will be the present value factor multiplied by this? And then for interest, I am using present value annuity factor table, right? So it means since there is a flow of income in form of interest for 3 years, so if I continue to get this interest of 40 rupees for 3 years, what is the present value of this 40 rupees for 3 years which I am expected to get if I discount it with 5%? So right, so that you can refer to by using present value annuity factor, right? So if you add up these two, right, you will get value equivalent to 972 rupees, right? So which is certainly not equal to 950 rupees. What it means is that if you discount it with 5% discount rate, the current price of the stream of incomes at 5% discount rate is 972. It means you will have to use higher rate of discount. Let's try with 6%. If we try with 6% with the same way, the way we calculated for 5%, the value comes to be 946 rupees. So what it means is that YTM is somewhere between 5% and 6%. For that, we will be using the formula, we call it interpolation, right? So through interpolation, we'll find out that what is the exact the YTM is, right? So this interpolation part I'll be taking in the next lecture. I'll be taking a full example and I'll explain you that how do you calculate YTM. So with these words, thank you very much for this lecture. Thank you.